Merhabalar, ben Şükrü. Peer-to-Peer'in bu bölümünde Orange App'ten Matteo ile birlikte olacağız. Orange App, Bitcoiner'ların birbiriyle tanışmasını sağlayan bir uygulama. Şu an iOS sürümü var ama önümüzdeki zamanlarda Android sürümüyle de piyasada olacaklar. Umarım bu bölüm hoşunuza gidecektir. Hi Matteo.
Hi Şükrü.
How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, well, you are building something that I would really like to use. So I think this will be a good chat about it. So today we'll learn about the Orange Pill app that you are working on. And yeah, I'm excited to hear about it.
Cool. So Orange Pill app is, as the name says, is a mobile app. Right now we are on iOS only, but next month in general we're gonna be on Android, so everybody can use it. And we just launched the Lightning Network payments, so you can get a membership through Lightning Network, which is super cool. So what does the app do? The app makes it super easy for Bitcoiners to meet other Bitcoiners in real life. So instead of being on Twitter and podcasts all the time, you download the app, you make an account, pay your membership, and then with a proximate geolocation, we'll show you the Bitcoiners nearby, and then you can chat with them. And if if there's a good vibe, you can meet and beer or drink or work, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, so I have the app already downloaded and paid the Lightning invoice, so I'm an official member now.
Nice.
Well, for example, for me, I have it on my computer because I don't have an Apple phone or iOS phone or whatever. But normally, I keep the location settings off. But for this one, I turned it on. What do you think? There will be another method of doing this?
Yeah, good question. So I can tell you a little story. At the beginning, we thought we would let people put their zip code or the city. And then you don't need the geolocation, right? Then we realized that this was going to be a huge problem because the app is live in 175 countries. Pretty much live is available in every country on Earth except China and North Korea and those countries where there is no app store. Which means whatever your zip code is, let's say in Turkey, what is your zip code, if you can say?
353 something,
Okay.
But it is
So
also a zip code in somewhere else.
So that zip code exists for sure in at least one more country, if not 2 or 3 or 4. So that's problem number one. Problem number two, actually there's two more problems. Problem number two is that if you put your zip code, let's say we found a way to know that the zip code you just put is from Turkey, then when you travel, the app would not work.
Yeah.
Which obviously it reduces the value of the app. Problem number three is that if I'm a bad actor, I can pretend to be in your zip code, even if I'm in the other side of the planet. So with geolocation, we solve all of that. The app works all the time. We don't have to ask you which country you're from. And you cannot pretend to be somewhere else.
Yeah. So, of course, like everything in life, there are trade-offs. And I ask this because, I know some Bitcoiners are really they don't like to share the geolocations or whatever, to third party. Not to you personally, but even through the Google service or the Apple service or whatever. They don't like to share it.
So let's do an experiment. Okay, let's do a thought experiment. First of all, let me explain how approximate geolocation works, because we don't use precise geolocation.
Yes.
So precise geolocation is when I need to deliver a pizza to you, so I need to know exactly where you are.
Up to my door number and everything.
Pretty much, right? So approximate geolocation works like this. So Apple has taken the map of the world and has divided in blocks of 10 miles. So there's 10 miles block all over the world, right?
Yeah,
And
10-mile radius.
10-mile radius, correct.
Yeah.
So that's pretty large, right? So, and then Apple tell us that Şükrü is in block number 7, whatever number, right? So then we only know that you're in this 10 miles radius. We don't know exactly you are in the radius, right? Number one. Number two, the distance that we show to other user is also approximated.
Yeah, maybe the center of the block to their
exactly,
center. Block.
exactly. Which is most likely is not true, and also is rounded up. So if the distance between these two center is, let's say, 7 miles, we say 5 or 10. It's randomly rounded up. Then even we could not know the distance.
It's not like a classic mathematical roundup, but it's like
it's random. It's either to the 5 more or 5 less to the next 5. Now, but let's do a thought experiment, Şükrü. To dispel the notion that this is dangerous. Let's say I'm in Turkey.
Yeah.
I'm in California. Okay, but let's say I'm close to you. Okay, and now I tell you the exact distance from you. I say, hey, Şükrü, I am 7 miles and a half, and 50 feet and 2 inches. And then I tell you, if you find me, I will give you 10 Bitcoins.
Yeah.
So now go and find me.
Oh, for 10 Bitcoins.
How did you find me?
No, I don't think I would be able to find it. It's like a huge area to cover. And also we have like vertical integration now. Like, so it's not just like a...
But the point is that you don't know the direction.
Yeah. It's 360 degrees.
Exactly. Yeah. Even if I tell you the exact distance from me to the inch, you still wouldn't be able to find me.
No.
It's impossible.
Also, like, one of the reasons I asked this was like I checked the frequent asked questions and everything, and this was specifically written that it's approximated and everything. But I wanted you to actually clear this for the other people as well.
One more thing, Şükrü, one more thing. Because we don't do advertising, we don't do tracking, because you pay to use the app, so we don't care about your data, we don't care about anything, right? So the geolocation only we only pull your geolocation when you open the app. So if the app is not open and you move around, we have no idea where you are, which block you are, which we wouldn't know. So it's really like we only need this geolocation to show you people that are nearby. We don't do tracking, we don't do advertising, everything is approximated, because at the end of the day, right, you want to know if I'm close enough to you to meet today.
So that it actually reaches to the purpose.
Yes. So if it's 10 miles instead of 9 or 11 or 12, there is no extra value.
Yeah. I mean, I'll take that extra mile anyways, or whatever.
I think you can manage, right?
Yeah.
So that's how geolocation works in Orangeville app.
Well, as the Mandalorian says, that's the way. No tracking, no commercials.
Who wants that, right?
Because I think more people will choose not to be the product. Correct. As with all the tracking, cookies, caches, and everything, like the user becomes the product in a way.
Well, I'll tell you something, Şükrü. As Bitcoiner, we are very aware of the difference between proof of work and proof of stake.
Yes.
Now, and we know that proof of stake it's the wrong way to do consensus and to do all the kind of stuff, right? So that's why proof of work is fundamental for Bitcoin. Now, here's what I would tell you. If you use a platform and you do not pay, technically you are the stake in a proof of stake mechanism in which Mark Zuckerberg, when you use Facebook, the more you spend time on Facebook, the more he makes money out of you.
The more you feed the algorithm. And
the same way, the same way with a proof of stake. You, the user, become the stake in a proof of stake system, which Facebook is the majority owner of coins. Actually, it's the only one. But so as a Bitcoiners, I think it's very important that we understand that proof of work and proof of stake, they don't exist just in the blockchain world. They actually exist, when you think about it, exist everywhere. The world is divided between proof of stake and proof of work.
But for example, even today, it's a big proof of stake day because there's the FOMC meeting,
Right. Yeah.
So like the 12 people,
Talk about proof of stake, right?
actually 12 grown-up people believe that they can centrally plan the world, and they are like trying to adjust the inflation rates and interest rates or whatever. So it's a funny day for me.
Our grandkids, they're gonna make fun of us that we let this happen.
No, I already make fun of like the Nixon shock, for example. I'm like, okay, so whatever, it was good that they dropped the gold for the managing people or the people who could print money, but I really feel like the rest of the world had a brain freeze. Like, what was everyone else thinking? Why would you give such power to someone? Or
I think they had no choice because the United States has the biggest army. So since the United States has done proof of work in a military context, has the biggest hash power in the world. So it kind of controlled the world blockchain, if you want to put it that way. So it kind of rewrite the rules all the time. Or at least they try to, right?
Oh, yeah. So, okay, let's go back to Orange Pill app because it's one way to explain it. It's like Tinder for Bitcoiners, right?
Well, maybe, yeah. That's one way to explain. Of course, it's not a dating app. I mean, it could be a dating app. The goal of the app is to connect you with other Bitcoiners, whether it's for dating or friendship or networking. It's really up to the user. One way that I explain it is Orange Pill app is a private club for Bitcoiners that lives in your pocket, and it works anywhere you go on Earth.
Yeah, except China and North Korea.
Oh, sure. in the free world.
Yeah.
Now, what you do inside the private club is not really our business.
Yeah.
Right? We created the private club. We created the tool for you to connect with other Bitcoiners, and then we're all adults. Be safe, be respectable. Be kind and everything.
So, for example, I didn't interact with anyone in the app yet, but let's say if I send a message to you, is it encrypted? Or
no, we don't do encryption because we don't have our own chat. Of course, we just launched. We're a small startup, small team, still raising funds. So we use a plugin for the chat because, as you can imagine, building a chat infrastructure, that means Orange Pill wouldn't be live for another 6 months, right?
Yeah.
So the chat is not encrypted by any stretch of the imagination. What I would say is that once you make the connection Orange Pill app, again, because we don't do advertising, so we don't care if you stay on the app.
The platform easily.
Exactly. Or you just talk about things that are completely, trivial, and then you don't put your seed phrase in any chat, right?
No.
Whether it's encrypted or not, just don't do that.
Yeah, I mean, unless it's encrypted with SHA-256, then it's
right.
But then it doesn't matter anyways.
Yes.
Yeah. So the funny thing is so it's also people joke about it. Like if this was a Tinder concept product, it would be born dead because the amount of females in the Bitcoin space is so little.
It's pretty scary. Female are scarce as Bitcoin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, more scarce.
There's less than 21 million. Yeah, that's true. There's less than 21 million women.
But the inflation will be more, I think.
Inflation, yes. There's going to be inflation. I agree.
Bitcoin inflation has inflation, but inflation is deflationary. In the other one, or the female Bitcoiners, it will be inflationary.
Exactly. We need more women in hashtag. We need more women in Bitcoin.
Yeah. even the other day I saw this tweet actually, Matteo, that I kind of found it really funny. Like, so the board of members of the Orange Pill app, it's like everybody is a male there. Like, there's, I don't know,
Sorry, so
and
the board,
everyone
yeah,
in the board or
yes,
the advisors,
yeah,
all the members are male at the moment.
correct.
So they were like, maybe we should find some female advisors or
That'd be
something.
great. That'd be great. Natalie Brunel, if you're listening,
Yeah.
reach out.
Who else would you want? Or do you?
Women in Bitcoin, there's not really like famous women in Bitcoin that can help us, can become an advisor.
Mhm,
Obviously, Natalie Brunel, Katie the Russian,
mhm.
Jessica Odler. That's
Yeah,
the one I can name.
yeah.
There
There
are
are
some other
actually
women, but I wouldn't call them Bitcoiners.
no. There are actually like not too many, but there are some really good Bitcoiner women that I'll send them your way.
Please do that.
I'm like, they need an advisor, or they need more advisors, especially
Correct.
female advisors.
Absolutely. Yeah. The more the better,
Yeah, yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
So, uh, how has the like how did how do people like the app so far?
Well, the response has been amazing. The response has been amazing. I have some users. So, for example, just to give you some example how much the community has embraced this project, is there are some people that have Android, like
Mm-hmm.
yourself, but
Like me.
they cannot use it. They don't have a Mac or they don't have an iPad, but they still pay the membership to
Yeah.
support the project, and they cannot use the app.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at some point they will in a month, which is for me, it's like mind blowing, right? You're paying for a product and you can't even
Yeah.
use the product. And then there are other users that they pay two membership. So they start with the fiat membership in the app. And
Yeah.
then because we launched the Lightning, the Satoshi membership pay in Satoshi, they pay their membership, they upgrade the membership in Satoshi. And then I always tell them, make sure you cancel
Yeah.
the fiat membership. And some have told me, no, keep those money as well, because
Keep
then
mining
this
my fiat,
keep the fiat money, because they know that the more money we get, the more we can grow this app, and the
Mm-hmm.
more users that are gonna come into the app, which in the end is in your interest, right? Like
Of course.
you're paying for the app because you want to get something out of it, which is meeting Bitcoiners. So yeah, the response has been more. Much better than what I expected, considering that we're in the bear market.
Yeah.
It's dark times. They're all there, and people are just they're paying to use the app. They're enabling geolocation, approximate geolocation. Some are paying not to use. They can't even use the app. Some are paying to member. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like it's.
Yeah, I saw some people were like that discovered people around their neighborhoods or like in their
Yep.
cities, and yeah, it's always good because I was lucky. Like when I started like dealing with Bitcoin, or like when I started to learn about Bitcoin, I had a really good in real life group of friends, and we kind of orange pilled each other.
Nice.
And it's a big advantage because like there are some times that you think like, is there something wrong with me, because like because you realize how messed up the fiat world is, and then you look around and you are all alone, and then you're like, okay, what if I'm overthinking this, what if life is simpler, and all that stuff. And it always helps to have actual people around you, uh, yeah, to make you realize that you are not insane
Oh
basically.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, of course, yes. You have, especially when the price goes from 69 to 17. If
Yeah.
if you're not done the homework, and I've
Mhm.
learned that the price of Bitcoin dollars is kind of irrelevant.
Yeah.
It can get tough. It can get tough. Maybe this is wrong. And maybe I'm just wasting all my money and all my time. So I think it's important to have Bitcoin friends, especially in the bear market,
Yeah,
because that you can get
especially in your
through
first bear
easier,
market, after a while
especially
you
the
get
first bear
used to
market.
it, but
Absolutely, especially the first bear market.
because
Definitely.
whatever, some like, I know not everybody is of course like this, but a lot of the people are, yeah, just coming for the gains, and they
Yeah,
stay
yeah, we
to,
all did. I mean, I did
yeah,
the same. Like everybody start for the gains.
yeah,
I mean, not everybody, but I would say probably 90. I don't know, a very high percentage.
yeah.
I certainly did. You know, that's why you get interested in Bitcoin,
Mhm.
and then you start going down the rabbit hole, right?
Yeah. So, Matteo, I think you guys have also good meetups in California region. Do you attend to them, or are they
Well,
far away from you?
so I just moved out of Los Angeles 6 months
Mm-hmm.
ago, and where I live now, I don't live in a big city anymore, and I don't think there's any meetup nearby. Although through the app, I've met people
Perfect.
that I see almost every week, which is amazing. But the meetup is cool, but it's not the best way to meet people
Mm-hmm.
because the meetup has a lot of problems. One, somebody has to set it up,
Yeah.
and then you have to just go at that time in that location,
Mm-hmm.
drive there, pay parking, pay gas, pay for
Yeah.
the beer, whatever. The cost of going to a meetup, it's more than $3 a month, right?
Oh, yeah.
Probably.
Of course.
And
When you
then,
take it that way, yeah.
yeah, exactly. So when you think about it, Orange Pilap is the cheapest possible way to meet Bitcoiners whenever you want at your space, anonymously. You don't have to show your. So another problem with the meetup, right? You can be anonymous. You have to
Yeah.
dox
You
yourself.
you don't know who else will be there, and
Exactly. And
not
then
as private.
some people just go to a meetup and they want to talk about NFT. I mean, it happens all the time. And then the last thing that I would say is that even if you go to a meetup, everybody's a Bitcoiner, it's close to the best possible scenario. There's 100 people at the meetup.
Yeah.
How many you gonna talk to?
And how many of them are potentially spooks or something, whatever, we always joke about it because
Right. But the point is like,
we have meetups that
uh
we host in Istanbul,
huh,
and I actually change cities to go to the meetup time to time because,
nice,
yeah,
yeah. But no,
and
the point is that
it
you go to a
costs me
meetup.
more than $2 a month, of
Yes,
course,
absolutely.
because
So if you go to a meetup with 100 people, you're not gonna talk to 100 people,
no,
or even 50, maybe
I don't
10.
want to talk to 50 people in a
Yeah,
night.
exactly. It's impossible, right? Now with Orange Pill app, you can talk to 100 people
Yeah.
at your own schedule, whenever
Mhm.
you want, whenever you have 5 minutes to chat with this. It's a
Yeah.
scalable way of connecting with Bitcoiners
Mhm.
without showing your face, without driving anywhere,
Yeah.
without paying for anything except $2 a month,
Mhm.
from the comfort of your house, without going to a meetup.com and maybe it's 50 miles away. You know,
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
it's the best, it's the easiest and fastest and quickest and private way to meet other Bitcoiners.
Mhm. Also, by the way, you are saying $2 a month, but I think we need to change it
It's
because
$3 a month.
no, no, not even that. I became a member for example, for 52,000 blocks.
Yes, you pay in
I
sats.
didn't become a member for a year. I became a member for 52,000 blocks
Yes.
because, yeah, basically every 52,500 ish block is a year
Mm-hmm.
in the Bitcoin time, I guess. So
Exactly.
I like that small touch of putting the number of blocks instead of the year.
Yeah, no, it's yeah. We will. So in the company, everybody's a Bitcoin maxi.
Yeah.
So we kind of building this up for us,
Hmm.
and then if other people want to use it, that's great.
Yeah. I feel like it's not very sincere if you are building something that you would hate to use or you wouldn't want
Exactly.
to use.
Exactly. I mean, of course, you cannot be the users of everything.
Of
Like
course.
if you're building an app for I don't know, engineer. I mean, for NASA, you,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean you're gonna work at NASA or you're gonna go to the space shuttle. But somebody has to build that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's easier. Yeah, absolutely. If you build something that you're actually passionate about,
Hmm.
it's much easier because
Yeah.
then you get excited to build
Yeah.
the product for yourself.
Of course. But also, this app is really useful for the digital nomads, I'm
Absolutely.
guessing, and it's increasing more and more every day. Like especially after the COVID stuff,
Yeah.
people left their countries because their countries had too heavy lockdowns or something. Like for example, so many people moved to Mexico from the States.
Yeah.
Some
El
people are already
Salvador,
moving to El Salvador. Yeah,
Portugal.
yeah.
So let me tell you something that we're building right now. It's not live yet, but it will be at some point early next year, which is the search feature.
Hmm.
At some point, you're going to be able to search for people. So if
Yeah.
you say, I'm moving to this city and I want to make friends before I go there, you'll be able to do through Orange Pill app.
Perfect. Or ask questions, basically, like
Sure, exactly.
because
What it's like to live in El Salvador, right? You
Yeah.
can do through the app, and then because it's membership based, you know you have a
Yeah.
high degree of confidence that the person you're talking in El Salvador,
Yeah.
it's actually a Bitcoin maxi or whatever you want, a pleb, just like you.
Still, like, especially it's like with Lightning, because I'll tell you something funny. Last year we had this like Lightning hack days in Istanbul, and the tickets were all sold with Lightning. You couldn't pay cash or like nothing else. So there was this person. She was like working for an exchange, and she's like, okay, I want to stop by, and she couldn't figure out how to buy it with Lightning. So she asked her exchange, and it's like, yeah, can you get this ticket for me? It took them like 2 or 3 days to be
That's
able to
crazy.
buy the ticket. It's like we are so early that if
We
you
are,
know that
yes,
someone is
absolutely.
using this app, already paid for it and everything, they are probably are
It's yeah,
Bitcoin at the
it's
moment.
about high signal and low
Yeah.
noise.
Yes.
That's what the price do, which is again is proof of work. Paying is proof of work.
Yeah. Of course.
And
Yeah.
so you know with a high degree of confidence that the person you're gonna meet is not a bot, is not an
Yeah.
NFT guy, is not a scammer, is not a spammer, because why would they pay, right?
Yeah, or he isn't accidentally there,
It's
he's
not exactly. It's not just let me
socially
just join
there,
this up.
knowing it, and it's like literally on spot. So
Yes,
it's
absolutely.
it's
You
basic.
understand it completely.
Yeah, yeah. I know. I mean, I checked the app and I see the approximate distances and some names and stuff. I think I'm the first person from Turkey that signed
Probably.
up to the app.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
but
somebody's got to be the first, right? No matter
yeah, of
what. Even
course.
in New York,
Yeah.
no matter how big is the city, there's always the first person.
Also, you don't do marketing; it's more like word of mouth, and
Yes,
so
yes.
people.
Well, we will do once the Android is out,
Mhm.
because Android, so I'm an iOS guy. I never
Yeah,
had an Android in my life. So in my head, everybody's got an iPhone, or most people have an iPhone. But then I realized, so we launched at the Bitcoin Pacific Conference in LA
hmm
a month ago, the 9th of November, and people would come to the booth that we had, and half of them they couldn't download the app because they have Android. I'm like,
and this is United States, which
yes,
has more iOS users
these
than.
are people that pay $500 as well. So it's yeah. So Android is absolutely a must. The network is not gonna go. It's not gonna grow as fast as we want to without Android. And also, we want to support as many pleb as possible, which is why you can pay with Sats now, which means you don't need a credit card, you need a bank account. It's non KYC. We get the money immediately instead of waiting for Apple. We don't pay 30% crazy commission to Apple. It's
Apple doesn't get the cut. Yeah, like yeah, yeah, perfect. Also, I saw this like so. Let's say for 100,000 sats, you can
Mhm,
become a member for 52,000
mhm,
blocks or a year.
mhm.
But for 500,000 sats, you can have lifetime membership.
No, you mean so there's three membership. So the
Yeah.
100,000 Sats is 1 year.
Okay. Yeah.
300,000 Sats it's lifetime, and then 500,000 it's you're a Giga Chat.
Yeah. Okay. And you can also gift free membership to someone in El Salvador, for
So
example.
exactly. So if you pay more, If you're a Giga Chat, or if in the app, if you pay through fiat, you can be a sponsor. Then you subsidize the membership in El Salvador, because in El Salvador the app is completely free.
Okay.
By default. And so if people are generous enough to pay a little bit more, then what they pay more help the people in El Salvador to use this app for free, because we want to support the El Salvador project, and
Of course,
and make it as
I
successful
like
as possible.
that, actually. Yeah.
Yes.
That you could buy the 500,000 level and get an El Salvadoran.
And you get and now from today, you get a nice badge in the app.
Okay. Also, one more question for you. Let's say I have the 100,000 membership. Can I pay 400,000 more and get the 500, or do I have to?
That's a really interesting question. Nobody ever asked me that question. As of today, no, because I never even thought about it. But it's a really good point.
Because it's like I start using it, I like it, I want to support it more, so
Interesting. Let me write it down. Yep, we'll make it happen for sure. We'll make it happen for sure.
And one more thing, have you seen the Accra, the Ghana conference in Africa?
Yes.
Maybe you could do some subsidized, gift a membership to someone from Africa, like let's say.
Yes.
That could also be interesting, because like the purchasing power is too different. Even Turkey, like in Turkey, the minimum wage is like $300 right now a month.
There shouldn't be minimum wage, but sure.
Yeah, but the minimum wage in Turkey is $300, and like I think.
Of course, so $3 a month is actually a lot.
Yeah.
Of course. No, that's a challenge. That's the challenge of having an app that is live globally. It's a challenge. Technically, we could set a price in each different country, which is a headache, as you understand.
Yeah.
Of course, in SaaS, we could not do that because we don't know the country.
Yeah.
So in SaaS, we don't have that option. But in fiat, we do that through Apple. And so we could say that in Turkey, instead of $3, it's maybe 2 or 1.5 or whatever.
Because I think when they were talking about this Twitter checkmark stuff, they were thinking of like setting up different regions, like, so it won't be $8 for someone in Turkey or whatever, because the purchasing power is different here, and $8 every month is a lot for a lot of the people. So
I completely agree, and we should probably do that sooner than later. Of course, as of today, because we are only iOS, we don't really get a lot of users from Africa.
Yeah.
If you're in Africa and you have an iPhone, you can pay $3 a month, most likely.
Yeah.
But once we launch Android, we're probably gonna do this kind of price adjustment.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this to pay cheaper, but I kind of want to see more people use it.
Absolutely,
because I really enjoy meeting Bitcoiners. I met so many of them. Initially, it was funny because everybody is more OPSEC and this and that, but you get used to meeting new Bitcoiners every day. So.
I mean, obviously, it's meeting people in real life, no matter how you get to that point, is always a danger. No matter what, whether you meet at a conference or a meetup or the grocery store. But, life is an adventure.
Yeah.
And if you don't take risk, you're just going to die like people that took risk, right?
Yeah.
So you might as well take some risk. Obviously, be as smart as you can, be as, safe as you can. But in life, you have to go out and meet people, and everybody meets bad people at some point, right?
The amount of damage I can give you right now is not the same, obviously, but then what's the point of life? If you are just sitting somewhere and
there is a nice saying. You probably heard this before. Say a boat is safe in the harbor.
Yeah.
But that's not what it's built for.
Yeah. True.
Same is for life.
I totally agree.
And I think Bitcoiners, they understand this.
Yeah.
I think Bitcoiners, because they're, Bitcoiners, even today, we're still the minority.
Mm-hmm.
So to be a Bitcoiner is to go against the grain.
Yeah.
Is to leave the harbor of fiat.
Yeah.
Where you don't have to worry. It's safe in a way, although it's not safe, but if you don't think about it, it's safe, right?
Yeah.
So Bitcoiners understand this.
Curiosity kills the cat, and I say convenience kills the man.
Convenience?
Yes, kills the man. Fiat is convenience, and
it's a boring life. I mean, it's a boring life.
Yeah. Well, it was very nice to meet you. Do you have anything else you would like to add, or?
Well, I've been to Turkey once. It was lovely.
Yeah.
Istanbul. I had a long layover 2 years ago. Actually, during COVID,
Mm-hmm.
I was living in California, and I was trying to get my girlfriend to Italy, and we couldn't do it. So we had to flew to Istanbul.
Because there was a 2-week quarantine.
No. It's a long story.
Because I remember I had a couple people actually come into Turkey because they couldn't directly fly from Europe to the States.
I was going the other direction. I was going States to Europe.
And
the only place I could fly, well, I'm Italian, so I don't need that problem. My girlfriend is American, and they wouldn't let her fly directly.
Yeah, it's
so we went to Istanbul. We spent 1 day in Istanbul.
Spend some day in a different place before you can enter Europe or something.
Well, we only spent 1 day.
Yeah, that's good.
But so I've been to Istanbul. It's a lovely place. I wish I spent more time, but I didn't have time.
Well, you can use Orange Pill app next time and find me, and I can show you around. Yeah,
that would be lovely.
Yeah,
that would be lovely.
We could do that. Good.
Yeah, perfect. And if the people that want to find us, obviously we are Orange Pill app right here. So on the App Store, and soon on the Google Play Store, Orange Pill app. And then on Twitter, we are at Orange Pill app. And if you want to reach me by mail personally, all emails are welcome. Feedback, idea, complaints, anything. It's orangepeelapp@gmail.com.
Perfect. I'll spam you a little. I'm like, okay, I have an idea, Matteo. Let's do this.
Anytime.
Yeah. Thank you for your time, and it was wonderful meeting you.
Thank you, Şükrü. Thank you very much.
Peer-to-Peer'in bu bölümünün sonuna geldik. Bölümü Satoshi Radyo'dan podcast olarak veya Satoshi TV üzerinden YouTube'dan izleyebilirsiniz. Umarım bölüm hoşunuza gitmiştir ve önümüzdeki bölümlerde tekrardan görüşürüz.